Hey, what is up YouTube? Jacob11 here, and today I'm actually opening a new kind of series, and it's going to be labeled Discussion Topic. And pretty generic title, I mean, nothing special. But for this first one, I think my lighting's a bit off. Which one's better? Let's do it like this. Okay. For this discussion topic, I want to talk about what I saw another YouTuber do. This YouTuber is named Jeremy James Pruchik, and this guy was phenomenal. He's a really cool YouTuber. I'm glad I'm subscribed to him. And if you guys aren't, you better be, because this guy knows a lot about Jurassic Park. He knows a lot about dinosaurs. I even saw him get a freaking tattoo of the insignia, the Jurassic Park T-Rex skeleton right on his chest. And that's admirable. That's pretty cool, dude. But he uploaded a video, I think, 4 weeks ago. And I've been watching it and analyzing it a bit. And what he did in this video was he wondered if Roland Tembo, the hunter from the Lost World Jurassic Park, you guys know who he is. If you don't know, haven't seen the Lost World Jurassic Park, there's something wrong with you. And if you have, good for you. But he really think that Roland, what would happen if Roland hunted the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3? And that was a very interesting thing to think about. I even left a comment on his video saying that I agree 95% of the time, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that short little read, and if you didn't really get to read it that much, I'd recommend pausing it. I should have told you to do that before I stopped recording. But anyway, like I said, I agree with him 95% of what he said. And that was from 4 weeks ago. And I'd like to thank one of the subscribers, or another YouTuber, or somebody who has a YouTube account, named AMMO19, or 019, or whatever. And he left a comment saying this, and I'm going to show you what he said. And I gave him thanks for, I'm going to give him special thanks for giving me the idea to do this video. So yeah, thank you AMO19 or AMM019. I don't know how to read some of these names on YouTube. I'm surprised I could read some of the ones I've read so far. But anyway, what Jeremy says in his video is, what weapon would Roland use to hunt the Spinosaurus? Now, one weapon he recommended was that big tranquilizer gun. I forget the name of it, but what it does is it shoots highly concentrated darts of conventional rounds, which ironically enough would actually make sense, as some people do use these to take down animals as big as elephants, giraffes, things of that size. And seeing how these things are multi-tons bigger than any modern day animal, it makes sense to use what we can find. Anyway, what it took to bring down that bull T-Rex in the Lost World was 2 darts of carfentanil. And unfortunately it had the side effects of putting it into a respiratory arrest, and they gave it some, I'm not sure what it was, I think some sort of antibiotics in order to counteract the carfentanil. I forget the name of it. I really should research more of what I'm talking about in these videos. But anyway, how many darts of carfentanil would it take to take down a Spinosaurus? So if 2 darts could put a T-Rex into a respiratory arrest, 2 darts might be able to keep down a Spinosaurus, but I don't know how long it would probably take. Because the one thing about tranquilizer is that on reptiles, and seeing how those dinosaurs are related to reptiles, with reptiles, tranquilizers take a long time. Not a long time, but they take a lot longer than they would with a mammal. So, how long would it probably take for a Spinosaurus to be taken down by a carfentanil round or two? My best guess would be about 10 to 15 minutes. And that's, if you're planning to go for a Spinosaurus, you don't have the time to waste. So I wouldn't recommend waiting that long. Interestingly enough, is that in Jeremy's video, he says that there are plenty of other weapons that Roland would have at his disposal. One of them is a nitro elephant gun, or rifle, that you see him carry in the movie. That's not a good idea. For just one reason is that the Spinosaurus had incredibly thick skin. And even though elephants have thick skin today, when people use that gun, they aim like right here. When it comes to the elephants, they aim right here, because this is the fastest way to get to the brain and just kill the animal instantly. And I don't like talking about killing elephants, so I'm sorry if I'm a little quiet. But anyway, back to my point, is that not only would it be a difficult part to aim a double barrel like that, but also you have to think how the Spinosaurus is, because that thing is way big. Like, it's twice the size of that T-Rex we saw in the third movie, even though the T-Rex was pretty small. Well, not small, but I'd say less than average size than a normal T-Rex would be. At any rate, before I stop going on tangents, as I often do in my videos, Jeremy often brought up other weapons like an M116 minigun, which that's a bit much for a hunter. I mean, not only would you have to put it on a stand or try to lug the thing around with you, I mean, that thing might not do much against the Spinosaurus either, because in Jurassic Park 3, how many of you guys remember that giant sniper rifle? What was his name? Cooper. Cooper carried a giant, I'm not sure the model or design or whatever of the sniper rifle, but one thing I do know, it was a military grade A weapon. That thing I've seen on battleships for people who snipe to take down aircraft, okay? This thing shot anti-aircraft explosive rounds. And trust me, seeing how it exploded that plane when Cooper shot at it as a target practice, trust me, it's kind of funny how when he shot the Spinosaurus, it didn't do anything. So it just bounced off. So I doubt an M116 will do anything. And if you guys remember in Jurassic World, there was also a rocket launcher that somebody used against the Indominus. And that rocket launcher has the same kind of impact that that sniper rifle had. So, other than that, I think that what is it called? The tranquilizer gun. I'm just gonna say tranquilizer gun because that's what I know it as. The tranquilizer gun is Roland's best bet. But then again, the skin on the Spinosaurus, like I said, is pretty thick. But I noticed something in Jurassic Park 3 that I don't think a lot of people did. And like I showed you guys on AMM019's comment, that I think that maybe a more narrow needle that can pierce through skin, that could help. Because on my comment, I left the fact that the T-Rex from Jurassic Park 3, when it bit down on the Spinosaurus' neck, you could see blood coming from where the teeth impacted the skin. Now, a T-Rex's teeth are fairly blunt. I mean, excuse me while I readjust. Prime example. Now, this is a small one, so I'm sorry if I don't have a good one, but a T-Rex's teeth is pretty blunt, but see how thick that is? Behind this tooth is at least 6 tons of force behind this tooth. And when we saw it, and like a lot of people say, if that fight had been real in Jurassic Park 3, this fight would have ended right then and there. But I bring this out to bring up this, is that a T-Rex's tooth isn't a cutting weapon like a lot of other carnivorous dinosaurs. It's a piercing weapon, a crushing weapon. And I thought, pierce, kind of like a needle on a carfentanil round. So, really, if you're aiming for a soft part, like maybe under the tail or around the neck, because when Roland in the Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World, when he tranked the T-Rex, he aimed straight at it. I couldn't tell where he hit it, but my best bet would be either on the neck or on the tail. And I say on the neck because we saw on The Lost World where Sarah took a carfentanil round and she tranked the buck Rex. She had to hit it in the neck. Not only because it was her only target, but it makes sense to aim for the neck since it's a soft part on the Rex's body. So it would stand to reason that Spinosaurus would have something similar. Like, it would have softer areas around the neck or the base of the tail. So a needle piercing through and delivering that carfentanil right into the Spinosaurus would definitely make a lot of sense. And some people will probably ask me, well, what about the minigun or the rocket launcher or that elephant gun? Well, 3 things are wrong with those weapons. Well, 1 thing each, all 3 altogether. The elephant gun isn't as accurate at long range. It's a weapon you'd want to use at mid-range, kind of like a shotgun. Even though it's not a shotgun, it's kind of like a shotgun in the fact that you have to be within a certain range for it to be effective. Not only that, but you have to consider the height advantage of the Spinosaurus, so he'd have to try to aim up, but where he's trying to aim is like in the eye, maybe, or in the center of the skull, which is going to be hard to hit. Not to mention, you don't want to be in mid-range when that thing's charging towards you. The minigun. The minigun may help do some damage, but really, it's just those bullets might as well just bounce off. And the rocket launcher is a bit extreme. I mean, the minigun was extreme too, but the rocket launcher, Roland is a hunter. You have to remember that. Roland's not out there just to kill the thing. He's out there to hunt it. He wants to take a trophy home to show, this is what I can kill, like he did with every other animal he's ever hunted. Sure. But my fingers. He doesn't want to destroy the thing, okay? The one thing about Roland is, and this is me personally thinking, he's more of the respectful kind of hunter. The person who respects the animals for what they're able to do, what they can do. He just sees himself, like most humans do, like we all do. He just sees himself as a top predator, and everything under him is prey. And I'm going to release another discussion topic video where I talk about how I feel about hunting and all that. So stay tuned for that. But more to the point, why would the sniper rifle, not a sniper rifle, the tranquilizer gun, be more effective against the Spinosaurus than anything else? Not only is Roland a hunter, he's smart enough to know that this animal is a tough target. It is an animal that has been able to overpower a T-Rex, and even though it was less than average size, a less than average sized T-Rex is still a powerhouse of a predator. As we saw in the 3rd film, it did give the Spinosaurus a run for its money, but, you know, it's a little dodgy to say what would happen. At any rate, oh, I forgot the whole idea of this video now. I'm a bit of an airhead at times, I suppose. But like I'm trying to say, Roland, the best weapon for him to use against the Spinosaurus would be a tranquilizer gun. For the fact, as him being a character, as just the fact that he respects the animals that he hunts. And to me, that's commendable. And I'm not a big fan of hunting. I don't like hunting. It's stupid to me. But a man who respects the animals he hunts is okay to me. And really, the only weapon that would work against the Spinosaurus that isn't a military grade A freaking bazooka or whatever, anything a hunter would use would be a tranquilizer gun with carfentanil rounds. So, I'm probably going off on tangents. I forgot the whole topic of this video right now. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notifications bell down by the subscribe button. Please leave comments in the comment section for more videos for discussion topics as well as answering your questions. Speaking of which, I need to get that started because I've gotten a good few videos thanks to my friends at school for answering your questions, and I think it's about time I started them since I've got less than a week to get these uploaded. So, while I get started on that, do all that stuff, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Aloha.